9, I give him 7, and away I went.
Yes.
That was alright. He says, right, I'm cutting this fine. It says 44 on the sat nav, and I have something like 30 something. And I said, right, and it was near 100 mile an hour down the motorway. And then it told me on the thing, there's congestion on the F45, it would be 8 minutes quicker if you go through Dungannon. And I went, right, happy days. Going through Dungannon, cutting all the fucking traffic. Coming out of Dungannon,
Do
passing
you go through Dungannon to go to Cookstown?
Yeah.
You're better than off at Stewartstown.
Yeah. But it says that way it was congested, so it says it go the other way. So it was 8 minutes quicker. But I hit the fucking traffic there. And then coming out past the hospital onto Carland, heading out that way, right? Fucking big lorry with a load of fucking concrete blocks and things on it. And it was stuck behind a fucking tractor, 20 mile an hour for about 3 days.
Jesus.
And I was fucking going mental. And eventually I got there and I was sitting in lane 3, and then your man comes out, he says, you're a wee bit late here. I says, I was caught up in fucking traffic. I says, come from Lurgan here. And he goes, that's fuming like. And then he goes, right, okay. He says, listen, I'll take this all car. He says, we'll get you sorted. So then I sat there for another 10 minutes. And then eventually they took the car in past like.
Well, there's no issue with that.
Some
of them were dead on. My father-in-law took maybe run around there, the wee Focus. He says, this is for they stick a screwdriver in any of those panels, you know, the wheel arches. He says, it'll just go straight through it like.
Yeah.
Your man says to my father, he says, I'm not a poker, but I would say if that would get poked, it would fucking.
Yeah. See, there's some, I won't go to Craigavon, because Craigavon's the worst. I went to Lisburn, and I says to your man, I was in the van one time, and I says, this is my first time coming to Lisburn. MOT, he says, where do you normally go? And I goes, Craigavon. And he just, while I got there in the seat, looked at me as if to say, are you fucking mad? I got there, you know. And then I was telling him about the girl there walking around like she thinks she owns the place and all with the dark hair and all. He says, well, she's still there. I says, do you know her? He goes, well, like he knew right, he didn't want to say anything. I was at Craigavon all the time, and this guy was poking and poking. He's one of the pokers. He was banging, he was thumping, he was everything, blah blah blah. Failed it in a couple of things, and then he goes, I'm supposed to only spend 20 minutes on a vehicle, well, I've spent about half an hour on that, blah blah blah, and all this here, you know. He says it's only out of the fucking mechanics. And he goes, well, he's not a very good mechanic. I said, I can told Drew went fucking mental. They failed it in stupid things. They failed it on a ball joint. There was nothing wrong with. Chris had come in. Chris is a non-mechanic, Drew's bro. And he just drove into the yard with Drew jacking it up to try the ball joint. And he called him over and he says, here, Chris, come here. He says, try that ball joint, tell me what you think there in the front. And he put the bar in, pressed it, and done that. He says, that's perfect. And he goes, failed, excessive roar. He says, bollocks. And then
There's two boys arguing with each other like a.
No, this is the two mechanics out the yard, the two bros. Once they brought it back from the MOT centre.
Oh, right, yes.
But then Drew had put a CB boot on the night before. She failed it in that too. What do you call? She had nipped it. That was a girl that done that. She had nipped it with a bar, testing the ball joint. And me just put a brand new one on at 5 o'clock the night before. And then she failed it on the CB boot. It's cut. Very bastard. But that's one of the boys who says, he got to me and said, are you mad? Well, Craigavon, like.
That's obviously one of the ones you can get an appointment in most places.
I go anywhere else but Craigavon. I'll go for the retest if it's one item, one thing.
Aye. Because they can't put you up with anything else then.
Yeah. If I had to go to Derry, I would go to Derry, you know, when you're booking something online, I would go to Derry more than I would go to Craigavon.
Really, even for the Range Rover, which is likely to be dead on, like.
Yeah, well, it was past twice, all I got was the brakes done there 6 months ago. Which is past the last 2 years. It's one of them Evokes, Range Rover Evokes.
Nice wagon, I only get to drive it if she's away fucking,
Yeah.
or if she's in it, you know, and I'm driving or something.
I prefer to drive the van anyway, but if I take the keys, he goes, "Where are you going to make your car?" Hey, well, what do you mean you're fucking car?
You only fucking paid for it, like.
The van.
I can relate there, like. Although, there, like most of the time out of handiness, I just jump into the wee Focus. Like I could have brought the Mercedes up there today, but
What is it, an old type one or is it a modern one or?
wouldn't be 2015, like.
That's alright.
It's alright, like. Automatic. Yeah, nice drive, like, you know.
It's lazy, but I found when I first started driving that I was fucking bored because of nothing to do. It was a nice day yesterday when I left here. That wee guy that you're giving the fruit cloth to, you know, the snooker cloth for a fruit table.
Was it good?
I don't know who he was now. He phoned me twice yesterday. Then I was sitting in the house on the phone again.
Oh, Joe Travers, the guy from.
No, it's the two snooker tables. The fruit table, the one that he says will do something.
It's a girl downstairs.
Aye, but he says there was some girl in the centre
Ah.
that was going to give him it and all this here. And he says, at Drumaness, he called it something else. On the hinge centre.
Aye, because that's where she works normally, yes. So it's
well,
her hobby, is it?
He was going on about his fruit table anyway. And I says, oh, that's the one I took off. I says, and you're looking at me, what? You're looking at me to put that on your fruit table. I says, mate, no harm to you, it's not worth my while. I says, there's nothing in it for me. I says, because I'm not getting the sale of the cloth, and it's just my time. I says, where are you? He says, Ballykilner. And I says, aye, but sure, you've travelled, plus my time to do it, and it's the same amount of time to do that. You know, old cloth and new cloth, it's the same amount of time where I clean the table, fix this, fix. I says, I don't know what you do. I says, it's an old table. He says, ah, it's fairly old. You could be at that all day. And then I says, like, what do I charge you for fitting it? You know what I mean? I says, there's nothing in it for me. I says, so you could fit it yourself. He says, ah, but how do you do that? I says, look at it before you take it off. You know. I just didn't want to take it too much on.
No, fuck. How did he get your number?
I don't know.
Because I didn't give her, I only give her the cloth, I didn't pass on your number.
I was got it somewhere, but I just, it's not, I could go down and then I asked him about the table, what sort of table is it? Is there a neck on it? And he, hold on, and he went out now. Then he said something from London and all this. I says, it's 4 legs on it or 2 box legs. I says, you can only pool table. There could be a fucking headache.
Right, Paul. Are you in table 3? Is it working? Yeah, here, table 4, there was a slight delay and it was really loud. You could hear it so clear. So, yeah, okay. But I'm just wondering, if it's really clear, do you keep it really loud? Yeah, I'm sure you can hear me talking to the table fitter there, yeah? Yeah. Okay, that'll do. Yeah. I might actually move them microphones onto the other 2 tables if they're not as clear, or they're clear as well. They're the same model, yeah, they are. So it should be the same. Well, look, whatever volume we decide, make sure that all 4 is the same volume, please. Okay. Okay, that'll do. Okay, man.
Fucking yeah, clear as day.
Yeah. Did the volume seem to get louder from the start of the video? 'Cause it was quite. I think where it was at the start, because it was good, yeah, because when at the end there was a wee sort of drone, like a fuzziness, when it was really, really loud. So where it was at the start was still loud enough, because I could hear me talking quite clearly. Yeah, just to where it was at the start, and then you set the other tables to the same volume. Yeah, and just check table 4, there was a slight delay on the. No, but I can hit it all. Maybe sort that camera out. Yeah, okay. I'll just have a couple of blacks in the spot here just to check. Right, that'll do. Cheers. Bye. Testing 1, 2. How loud are you?